Welcome to the Illuminated Path, where I give you a Thursday to Thursday reading. Things are starting to pick up a little bit now compared to last week. The sun and the energy feel a little brighter, a little bolder, a little more kick, more pep, more punch, whatever you want to call it. It feels like maybe there was a worry we were starting to have because of the stillness that was creating the illusion of lack or the illusion of scarcity. And now that money is starting to roll in, or we're starting to realize that everything's okay. So today I'm going to read out of the Isis Oracle deck. And I'm just going to pick a couple cards, see what comes through for you guys for this week. The energy, like I said, feels higher. There's joy coming through at this point. Yep, feeling a lot of joy. So the first card that comes out is the Portal of Light card. Now, this card says that it is only this physical reality that's bound by time and space. You are a conscious being on levels beyond the physical world. You're guided to work with your healing powers beyond the confines of time and space. You will not become ungrounded through such spiritual work. You are not leaving your earthly connection behind. You are merely adding to it. So this feels like you're being called more into those upper realms, more into your crown, more into the joy and divinity of your spiritual path, working with your guides. So again, this kind of speaks to where I was sensing maybe you had some fear before. Maybe a fear of lack, a fear of scarcity, a fear of being crazy, a fear of becoming ungrounded, a fear of chaos, whatever that was. And you're starting to step out of that now into your true gift, which is a lighted nature. You are very authentically who you are. You're very unique. And sometimes when someone calls you unique, that doesn't always feel like a good thing. Someone told me the other day I look unique, and I was like, what you mean, babes? You know, like, what does unique mean? But it just means that you are authentically you and there's no one else like you. And you have to do you in order for the thing that you are to have any existence in this life. The second card I just pulled is Talismans of Potency. Ooh! So we're coming into our light, releasing the fear of what it means. And there is a sacred tool or object for you that's going to transform that, that's going to make that big and powerful for you. This talks about objects that become an extension of your energy field, that focus your power and your intention, helping you heal the split between spirit and matter, bringing physical matter more deeply into the light and life. So sacred materials, we have a lot of sacred things that we use. Shamans use rattles, but we also use pendulums, we use cards. There's a lot of things that we use as tools. But when tools become an extension of you, it's important to understand the kinds of tools that you use, because they become that extension. They become that focused intention and energy. So you should really only use sacred objects that mean something to you, that have some sacred meaning. So as you open up all of your gifts, try to feel your way into things that feel aligned for you. You know, if you don't really feel like you align much with crystals, then maybe crystals aren't your thing to work with. If you don't really feel aligned with pendulums, maybe that's not your thing to work with. But find some sort of tool that feels authentically you, that feels like part of just your personality and can become that focal point between Earth and the other side. Maybe it's a shamanic journey and there's a special blanket that you like to journey on that feels very sacred. Maybe it's an altar that you go to meditate. But having that focal point will help bring that light in. It's almost like there's two funnels. There's a funnel of spirit and a funnel of earth, and it meets at that space of the sacred tool. This is the last card I'm going to pull for you. Divine Sisterhood. Oh, I love this. There is something that came up. It dropped into my mind earlier because there was, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we pulled the Mirror card. And at that time, we were talking about unity consciousness and how we're meant to use everyone as a mirror to ourselves so that we can see our gifts, our strengths, our beauty, or even the things about us that we don't really like, that we need to reconcile, learn to love, or change. And what dropped into my mind like a week after that reading was how sometimes we can become so enmeshed in using other people as a mirror to ourselves that we forget to see them as autonomous divine beings on their own, and how everyone has their own beliefs and they're entitled to their own beliefs, even if their beliefs don't match up to your personal ethics. Everybody is entitled to their own choices, decisions, belief systems. Everybody is an autonomous being. And so that came up for some reason in my brain when I read this sisterhood thing, because when we take on a sisterhood, I see a circle of people. And this is heart connecting to heart and loving someone so hard for simply who they are, how they are, that nothing else matters. Nothing. Nothing else matters except how much you love that person. And that's what you need when you have a sisterhood or a brotherhood, someone who can uplift you, support you, validate you, let you be who you are, how you are, without trying to change you or make everything you go through about themselves. You need to be that person for other people. This card says, letting the divine feminine nourish you now into new relationships, collaborations, community, and friendships is very wise. There are many souls with whom you have spiritual contracts decided upon before you were born who wish to help you and whom you can help as you grow together in peace, light, and wisdom. So if you were at our lab group for January, one of the themes that came up between everybody who attended was Spirit wants us to have friends. Spirit really wants us to have friends in 2026, okay? So that's what's coming up. Use more of your gifts. Find a focal point or a tool, or figure out a way that you personally connect in with your gifts and keep doing that. And make friends. There are people out there who were born and contracted to walk with you, to help you, and for you to help them.